Okay, we'll start loosening up. Shake out wrists and elbows. And shake the whole body. Good morning, Karen.
You know, Roger, I sympathize. This new software on my Microsoft, it stinks. It's so complicated.
Yeah, I used to think it was my fault.
No,
And now I realized that, no, this is poor design.
no, it's horrible. The update is awful.
Yeah, let's loosen up the waist. Yeah, I discovered my iPhone wasn't charging sometimes overnight when I had it plugged in to my clock radio to charge. Then I discovered that you plug it in one way, it charges. You flip the cord head over to the other side, plug it in, and it won't charge. And I'm thinking, is that poor design, or am I supposed to remember? It fits both ways, but only one way does it work. That's poor design. And let's bring the feet together and loosen up the knees. And reverse directions. And now we'll do the ankles. Change direction. And the other foot. Change of direction. Okay. Oh, well, the weather is kind of blah, but I guess not blah enough to keep everybody inside today. So, of course, we had the calendar first day of summer on the 22nd or the 21st. But actually, as I mentioned before, energetically, we go back to the first week of May as the first transition to summer energy. So we're well into summer. In fact, the equinox, no, not the equinox, solstice on the 21st marks the middle of summer according to earth energy and heaven energy, heaven chi and earth chi. So let's start off with the he sound for the heart. Then we'll go to the All Season Qigong as I advertised. So we'll work on our breathing as we work on the he sound. So with the hands over the lower dantian like this, the inhale, gently expand the lower abdomen, and of course, gently push down on the pelvic floor, perineum. As you exhale, gently contract the lower abdomen and gently lift the perineum. We're using return to childhood breathing. We use about 70 to 80% of our lung capacity, so the breathing is deep but still relaxed. So you inhale, abdomen expands, gently push down on the perineum. Exhale, abdomen contracts, gently lift the perineum. Now continue with your own pace, long, slow, deep, even breaths. Bring your mind inside your body. Focus on relaxing your muscles and relaxing your breath. Now, as you exhale, softly make the healing sound for the heart, which is like a dog panting. When you make the healing sound, imagine you feel energy release from the heart and spread out to all sides, and also energy flowing out of the mouth. So heat and excess energy from the heart flowing out as we exhale, and as we exhale, we're making the h sound for the heart. Now, as you inhale, visualize that you're breathing into your heart feelings of love, joy, creativity. Breathing in, love, joy, creativity. And as we breathe out, making the healing sound. And now as you breathe out, add in the visualization that you're breathing out any feelings of hatred, cruelty, and arrogance. Breathing out, empty your heart of any feelings of hatred, cruelty, and arrogance. As you breathe in, fill your heart with the feelings of love, joy, and creativity. Breathe at your own pace, and you can continue to make the healing sound as you breathe out. One more. And now we'll start the All Season Qigong for spine and chest. So we interlock the fingers, inhale, exhale. I'm standing with my feet about hip width apart. Continue to return to childhood breathing. And stretch out any tight places. Inhale, exhale, turn to the side. Gently stretch and continue to breathe. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, turn to the other side. Inhale, come back to the center. And let's do that one more time to each side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, turn to the side. Inhale, come back to center. Now take your wrist, stretch up, exhale and bend. Inhale, come back to center, and change to the other wrist, stretch up, exhale and bend. Inhale, come back to center, and continue one more time to each side. Inhale, come back to center, and stretch up. Exhale and bend. Inhale, come back to center. Now we're going to exhale and bend the waist, and we'll move the hips around to loosen the lower back. And of course, continue to breathe. And now we'll squat down with feet flat. And lift up the heels. And we'll come up slowly. And now we'll rotate the shoulders. Inhale with shoulders back, exhale when the shoulders come forward. Now, I'm chuckling there because, as I said, come up slowly. I remember the old days when we didn't say slowly. We didn't emphasize slowly so much 30 years ago. Now while we're doing this shoulder rotation exercise and we're exhaling here, you could add a healing sound if you wished. You could continue the heart sound, you could do the lung sound, you could do the triple burner sound. Anything that is not leaning to one side, in other words, is centered like this. So lungs, triple burner, heart almost centered, right? But not necessarily liver or spleen, because we're not really working liver or spleen. Kidneys, yeah, kidneys are possible. Now, let's stop with the shoulders in the back, and let's stop with the shoulders in the front. And we'll inhale with the shoulders in the front. Change the direction of rotation, exhale with the shoulders in the back, okay? In and out. This would be a good exercise to do the kidney sound on, because guess what? The kidneys are relaxed when the shoulders are back. Whereas the triple burner with the shoulders back is kind of tense, as are the lung channels with the shoulders back. Okay, now alternating. Inhale on one side, exhale on the other. So inhale, exhale. Remember, of course, to feel the whole body connected. You might imagine that this movement begins with a little push-up in the bottom foot. So this shoulder, push up on the bottom of this foot. Left shoulder, left foot, pushing up, pushing up. Okay? Whole body connected. Let's stop on the exhale side. Now we're going to reverse directions. We're going to inhale on this side, change the direction, and exhale on this side. In, out. The different pattern of shoulder movements have a significant effect on how the air flows into the lungs and out of the lungs. So you think, well, you're really benefiting your shoulders and hips in this. Yes, that's true, but you're also benefiting internally the lungs. All right, now we'll work on the neck. So let's start by dropping the chin onto the chest and rolling the head to the side, gently stretching out the muscles on the side of the neck, and then rolling down, putting the chin on the chest again, and rolling up the other side and gently stretching. And we'll continue rotating slowly from side to side. We're not going backwards. So we don't want to make a full circle. Particularly, we don't want to make a full circle while allowing the head to tilt backward. That's very hard on the neck. So only going forward. And one more round. And bring your head upright. Now, let's put the hands on the waist like so, and we'll do that first variant of piece number 4 from 8 Pieces of Brocade. Turn look behind you. Visualize your illnesses and injuries left behind. So inhale, exhale, turn to the side, look behind you. Inhale, come back to the front. Exhale, turn to the other side, look behind. Inhale, come back to the front. Hold your shoulders so that they're down and relaxed. Don't let them come up like this. And also keep the shoulders square to the front so that you exercise the neck and not the waist. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And continue at your own pace. If you look at a chart of the human chi circulation system, you see the vessels and channels that run up and down across the neck, through the neck. And you realize these neck exercises are very useful for helping to improve chi circulation to the neck and head. One more round. And now we'll start to work the rest of the spine, also the hip joints. So a little bit wider than shoulder width stance. And we'll do horizontal circles to loosen the lower and middle burners. And of course, middle burner is the stomach area and the lower burner the intestines area. So inhale as you bring your lower dantian backwards. Exhale as the lower dantian goes forwards. As you go backwards, tuck the buttocks under, flatten the lower back. As you go forwards, on tuck. Notice that we're not doing this. Okay? Now, that's a legitimate exercise, but it can be strenuous on the lower back. So I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm doing this. So the head is staying relatively stable, and I'm doing the turning in the waist. Inhale back, exhale forward. If you have a back injury, arthritis in the lumbar spine, or pain of any kind, keep the circle small and gentle, but if your back is okay, you can gradually increase the size of the circles as your body warms up. And now turn slowly and carefully to the side. Keep your knees pointing straight ahead. Do the turning in the waist and hips. And of course, respect to your limitations, and only you know what those are. So if you feel pain, ease up. Gradually come back to center and turn to the other side. And now come back to center and reverse directions. Remember that if you have problems in the lumbar spine, you can also use joint breathing, where you visualize that you're breathing in and out of the joints that are painful, or in this case, the area of the spine that might be painful. You place your mind deeply into the affected area and just visualize that you're breathing in healing chi And breathing out pain and stiffness. And slowly and carefully turn to the side. Keeping your knees straight to the front. Particularly the knee on the side that's you're turning to, because it's carrying more weight than the other knee. Gradually come back to center and turn to the other side. Come back to center. Slowly make the circle smaller. And we'll come to a stop. And now we'll wave the spine. So the first exercise here again is wave the spine to loosen the lower middle burners. And we'll just confine the movement to the lumbar spine. Coordinating with breathing, exhale, inhale. Focus your mind on your lumbar spine. Try to feel the vertebrae move section by section in a slow, soft wave. Exhale here. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Focus your mind on your lumbar spine. Turn slowly and carefully to the side, keeping your knees straight ahead. Gradually come back to center and turn to the other side. Come back to center. Now, bring the wave up to the shoulders. So now we're going to involve the thoracic spine. A little bit harder to get that to wave because of the fact it's attached to the rib cage. Inhale, of course, here. Exhale, here. Don't let your head drop too far down because the head is heavy. So if you let your head drop, say, down this far, it's going to strain your lower back. So keep the head about that level. Slowly and softly, we do this wave. And this is an excellent antidote to too much sitting or not enough moving. Okay. Turn to the side. Again, knees straight ahead. Oh, I should mention that. So turn to the side here, and this is spleen side, so I could use spleen sound. Before I get to this part where the spleen is too scrunched up, inhale, spleen sound. Okay. Come back to the center, and in the center we could have used any of the central organs, lungs, heart, triple burner. Turn to this side, this is liver side. Inhale. In liver sound, shoo, like what I'm wearing on my feet. Shoo. Come back to center. Now we're going to start transitioning to White Crane. As we do, the White Crane loosens its wings, part of the All Season Qigong, but also it is White Crane, double wing, external to internal circular flying. Same breathing pattern. Now's a nice time, if you want to use healing sound, to use triple burner, lung. Triple burner sound is she. Lung sound is air leaking from a balloon. You could use heart sound. You'll use a sound here before you get too compressed. Now we'll transition fully into the White Crane Qigong mode. So let's put one foot forward and rock. Our stance work is going to be the same as we do in Tai Chi, shifting from 60-40 in terms of weight distribution to 40-60, okay? We remain fully rooted, feet flat on the floor. And slide one foot to center and back. And we'll rock on the other side. Now, let me show you that transition, that step backwards, because that's where you put all the stepping in the White Crane, just like Tai Chi. This is Tai Chi White Crane, okay? Step to center and step back. Turn the front foot in so it points straight ahead, okay? So that's the stepping from the backward stepping. And now, stepping to the front, turn the front foot out, step to center, and step forward. One more time, showing frontward stepping, forward stepping. Turn the waist, turn the front foot out, step to center, step out. Okay. Okay. Now, let's step back to even stance, and we'll transition our White Crane pattern to alternate single wing external to internal fly. I'm going to do a breathing pattern of inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay? Now, I said there about this being Tai Chi White Crane. Master Yang has been told that his Tai Chi is White Crane Tai Chi, okay? Because, of course, he was first White Crane student. And he says, oh, thank you very much. So, being first a Tai Chi student, my White Crane is going to be Tai Chi White Crane, okay? So it isn't going to be exactly like you would see a person who's trained exclusively in White Crane do the exercises. Okay, so, but it's okay. Step one foot forward. Now, inhale, exhale. It's opposite knee, opposite arm forward. Nice twist in the waist, but not on the knees, okay? So knees staying straight ahead. Inhale back, exhale forward. That's in coordination with the yin and yang of this movement. Shifting back is yin, shifting forward is yang. Now I'm going to take a step backwards and preserve the pattern of opposite wing, opposite knee forward. Exhale, forward, inhale, backward. Now, let me show you that pattern walking. All right, so sometimes you have to think a bit to keep the same, the opposite side wing and knee forward as you're walking. So if I step backwards, exhale forward, inhale back. Ooh, sticky spot on the floor. Okay, so that's walking. And let's now switch to the left and right flying pattern. It's very good for the lungs, particularly the top of the lungs. So what I like to do with the breathing pattern is inhale as the arms go out, exhale as they come in. So inhale, exhale. Gradually increase the size of the movements. And the movement, of course. Now see, here's what probably is Tai Chi White Crane. The movement starts in the bottoms of the feet as the bow moves up the body vertically. The bow of spine and chest and legs. Now, the White Crane artist will generate the movement from the waist. Okay. I cannot do that. I am not trained to do that. I'm trained to root and generate the movement from the bottoms of the feet. The White Crane martial art fights, it's a southern style, so it fights on slippery surfaces, rice paddies, boat decks. So they generate their power from the waist in order to not slip on the mud or the slippery boat deck. Mm-hmm. So as you're inhaling and the arms come up, you feel the air go up into the top of the lungs. As you train your White Crane Qigong, you want to achieve a state where a lot of the momentum for the upward movement of the arms comes from the wave moving up the body rather than the muscles of the arm and shoulder. So not doing this, doing this, and then dropping down so you take advantage of gravity. You want to minimize the use of muscular power. Because they're very good for joints because we let the muscles and tendons relax and heal themselves from stress and strain. Now, gradually reduce the size of this movement, and we'll go to what's called straight backwards flying. Which looks like this. Now, notice there are two waves. There's a vertical wave that starts at the root and goes up to the base of the neck, or a little bit, maybe more, but not too much here in the neck, okay? And then there's the horizontal arc. across the chest and out the fingertips. So now fully engaged in both bows of the body, both of the arcs. I'm all stiff around T12, so the lumbar spine could be more flexible if God weren't so stiff today. Here we go, maybe get it. And step 1 foot forward. If you inhale as we're going back, exhale as we're going forward, that's the Tai Chi treatment to help relieve asthma. Moves the energy to the back of the lungs. Asthma usually being caused by the bronchial tubes being too young. And I'm going to step backwards and rock on the other side. Can you feel the difference in rocking as opposed to stationary? And yet a little bit more action on the vertical bow. And walking. Good for your balance. And step back even. I'll turn to the side. And gradually reduce the size of the movements. And I think we have time still for one more. Double wing. Forward and backward flying. So this is straight forward and backward as opposed to the circling. Oh, I should have mentioned earlier that in the flying patterns, we only go hands about shoulder height, except of course for left and right flying where we did that. Because we want to keep the shoulders relaxed. And we don't want to tense the muscles and tendons. We want them to relax, enjoy improved flow of blood and chi, and heal injuries from the White Crane hard soft Jing or soft Jing. And of course, the rest of us who aren't White Crane practitioners from the other everyday things we do, including not moving at all. So, if we're keyboarding all the time, we're sitting, we're driving like this, energy gets trapped in the chest. We don't move enough. Keyboarding or gaming. So, now of course we can rock on this one. Turn my foot out and rock. And stepping forward. Stepping backward to even stance. Gradually reducing the size of the movements. Even as the movement gets smaller and smaller, the whole body should still be involved. Okay, so that's a lot of movement there for about 55 minutes. But no strain, no injuries, right? Because it's very coordinated, very gentle movement, no stop and go. And very relaxed, coordinated with breathing so that you get well oxygenated. Are there any questions, anything we did this morning?